Namaste. Welcome to Watch and Learn Hindi, where you can learn Hindi through English. Today, I have 10 what questions for you. That is 10 English questions that start with the word what. And I will tell you how to ask them in Hindi. I will explain them to you so that you don't have to just memorize them but actually understand what you are asking. These are the questions that you can use in daily conversations. So, learning and understanding will help you to get a better grasp at everyday conversations in Hindi. Also, throughout the video, I will give you tips to improve your Hindi conversation. Now, some of the questions are gender specific. That is, the sentence changes depending on the gender of the person being addressed. Whenever that is the case, I will give you both masculine and feminine versions. Now before we start, please subscribe to my channel and after this video, check out my other videos. If you would like to support the channel, you can buy me a coffee. The link is in the description. And don't forget to like this video. Let's start. So first things first. What in Hindi is called kya? Kya. It is a gender neutral word, so it will remain same everywhere in all the questions. Second thing is, we are going to use word you in many of the questions. Now in Hindi, you can say you in three different ways. Aap, tum, tu. They all mean you, but they vary in how much formal or informal the conversation is. If you want to understand when to use aap, tum or tu for you in Hindi, check out my video, Tips for Better Hindi Conversation, the You Conundrum. And finally, sentence construction. This is something I want to touch upon before we start learning the questions. The sentence construction in English versus Hindi is slightly different. In English, you usually have subject, verb, object. In Hindi, it is usually subject, object, verb. This is not something you have to dwell upon, but just keep in mind when you are learning the questions. So let's start with the questions now. And the first one is, what is this? In Hindi, this will be, yeh kya hai? Where yeh is this and kya, as you know, is what. Hai corresponds to is. An important thing, a tip for you, is whenever a sentence is ending in hai, it means it is in present tense. Whether it's a regular sentence or a question, it means present tense. Yeh kya hai? What is this? Next question is, what is that? You can think about it for a moment. Vah kya hai? Where vah is that, kya, as you already know, is what, and hai corresponds to is. Vah kya hai? What is that? Another question starting with what is the question? Kya prashn hai? Where you already know kya means what, prashn is question. Here, another tip about Hindi. In English, you see the question is, what is the question? There is an article. In Hindi, there are no articles, which means that whether you use a question or the question in Hindi, it will be just prashna. Kya prashn hai? Second thing, in commonly spoken Hindi, you might hear another word for question. Prashna is the correct translation for question in Hindi, but you might hear the word sawal. So the question, what is the question? In Hindi becomes क्या सवाल है? Or you can use the original word क्या प्रश्न है? What is the question? And the next question is very obvious. What is the answer? And that in Hindi will be क्या उत्तर है? क्या is what? Uttar is answer. And as you can see here again, there is no article in Hindi. क्या उत्तर है? Also, just like the word question, there is another word that you will hear more often in commonly spoken Hindi, and that is jawab. So it becomes क्या जवाब है? What is the answer? Or you can use the original sentence क्या उत्तर है? What is the answer? Next question is a very common question that you might ask somebody when you're talking to them. What is your name? And it will be आपका नाम क्या है? Remember, at the beginning of the video I told you for you we will be using आप, even though there are 3 different ways to say it. So you is आप and आपका is your. Naam is name and क्या है is what is. So आपका नाम क्या है? What is your name? Another common question is what is your profession? And that will be आपका व्यवसाय क्या है? Again, आपका is your, व्यवसाय is profession. आपका व्यवसाय क्या है? What is your profession? But this sounds like a very formal question. So in commonly spoken English, you might say, what do you do? Similarly, in Hindi, you will ask that question, आप क्या करते हैं और आप क्या करती हैं? Now remember, I told you that some of the sentences are gender specific and this is one of those where आप is you, क्या is what, and करते and karti are the words that define whether the sentence, this question is masculine or feminine. So karte is masculine, karti is feminine. So if you're asking a person this question whose gender is masculine, you will say आप क्या करते हैं? आप क्या करते हैं? If the gender is feminine, you will ask the question as आप क्या करती हैं? आप क्या करती हैं? Next question is what do you want? And as you can see, again, this is a gender specific question. So it will be either आप क्या चाहते हैं और आप क्या चाहती हैं. आप is you, चाहते is masculine, चाहती is feminine. So for masculine gender you will say आप क्या चाहते हैं? आप क्या चाहते हैं? For feminine it will be आप क्या चाहती हैं? आप क्या चाहती हैं? What do you want? What are you doing? Again, a gender specific question. आप क्या कर रहे हैं और आप क्या कर रही हैं? आप is you, रहें is masculine, रहीं is feminine. Here notice that both रहें and रहीं have a nasal tone at the end, just like the word हैं. So, for masculine, the question will be आप क्या कर रहे हैं? आप क्या कर रहे हैं? And for feminine, it will be आप क्या कर रही हैं? आप क्या कर रही हैं? What are you doing? Another question, what is going on? In Hindi will be क्या चल रहा है? So, चल is a verb. In Hindi, chalna is to walk. But just like in English, the question what is going on means what is going on here or going on about something. In Hindi, it means the same. We say it the same way. Kya chal raha hai? It's not about a person walking, but what's going on. Where kya is what, chal raha is going on. Kya chal raha hai? What is going on? Thanks for watching. Hope you like these questions and you will use them in your everyday conversation. Please subscribe to my channel and don't forget to hit the bell icon to get notification when a new video is posted.